As a species, as a species, we have never had access to more stuff than in any other point in human history, and I can still never find what I'm looking for. What's up, nerds? So, I've got an inconvenience that I would like to de-inconvenience. My main computer at my office at home, it's where I do all my editing. It's always running backups. I access it from other locations, so I never turn it off. But when I'm not sitting at it, I shut off the monitors and the speakers. Don't need them. So I've got those plugged into a power strip, so I can, turn them on and off with one switch. Also, for the 3 weeks out of the year where it's not over 90 degrees here in Texas, I've got a space heater I keep underneath. My feet get cold. So I've got that on its own switch. That way I don't have to, keep ducking underneath the desk to turn it on and off. But it is not an ideal solution. The power cord comes out the same end as the switch, so I've got to fold the cord back, strap it down, so the switch is facing this way, and they're hard to reach because the cord keeps pulling them back this way, and plus it's just ugly. I've searched online. I've searched online for alternatives, but either they're just overkill for what I want to do, or they're just variations on power strips, some uglier than others. There is one sort of extension cord remote puck thing, and I guess I could get a couple of those and set them there, but one problem is there's no light confirming that they're on. I like having that light there on my desk reminding me not to leave my heater on. But then I remembered I make things for a living. All right, I've got some walnut stock here, 3/8 of an inch thick, which I think is going to be just about right for what I want to do. And I have already ordered these switches. Look at these. Look at that. I love this. It's a little bigger than I thought it was going to be, but I think this is perfect. This sandwich look on the lever here. I love this. Nice. It's got a nice sound to it too. Nice clicky sound. Anybody who knows me knows I love a good switch. In fact, I collect control panels. This is one I restored some time ago. And I think I'm going to use this as inspiration, kind of. I think I want the cabinet to go on all four sides though. But I kind of like how the face has an angle to it. I may incorporate that somehow. But yeah, so I got the switches, and I got these lights. This is a jewel that goes. It's actually for a guitar amp. But look at that. Look at that. That's gorgeous. I love it. I paid way too much for these. So all I have to really figure out is the layout. I also have to figure out what I did with my other switch. Oh, you're in my pocket. You're in my pocket the whole time. So I want to figure out, I don't know how I want to lay these out. I don't know if I would rather have these horizontal like this, have the lights next to the switches, or have the lights above the switches like this, or below. Could be below. I think above would be more visible. So this would be kind of a square panel, and this would be more of a rectangular panel. I don't know, above might make more sense. I don't know. And I have to remember, whichever way I do this, I need to make sure the back has room for these. I always keep these around for projects. So I got to make sure I've got room on the back for 2 of these and the power in, because these will each switch one socket. Oh, yeah, I just realized I'm gonna need 2 cords coming in because the computer peripherals are on my UPS, on my battery backup. And the heater is not going on the battery backup. The heater would drain the battery backup in like 30 seconds. So yeah, I've got to have 2 power in. That's 4 cords coming out, which is not ideal, but I can figure that out later. All right, but I don't know which of these layouts I want. All right, you know what? I gotta visualize this. I need to see the frame around it and everything. It's just how my brain works. I'm gonna have to take this into Fusion. Okay, so I spent some time modeling this up in Fusion. Most of the time was spent on just modeling the switch. And here's the vertical layout. And I decided to add the angle. That angle I'm going to put on the cabinet like that, which I kind of like. I like that. And this is okay. I like this. Compact, simple. I think I may want to make this a little bit smaller. Too small. Let me bring that in a little like that. Maybe bring these closer together like that. Maybe not. I don't know, something about like that. And I've got plenty of room for my sockets on the back. So there's that. I also did the horizontal layout like this, the same angle on the front. I think that layout is just about right. I think it's pretty obvious which switch goes to which light. And again, I've got enough room back here for the sockets and for 2 cords to go in. I'll probably offset these somehow. Doesn't really matter. This being shorter, I might increase the angle on this a little. Maybe. I don't know. I'm going to keep adjusting that for the next half hour. I'm not sure. I like both of these. But you know what? I think I like the horizontal layout better. I think I like this better. I think I like the horizontal better. And I might be able to set my my card reader on top. I should add a card reader to it. And then, you know what? No, that's version 2. I'll do that in 5 or 6 years. I don't know. Okay. Horizontal version. All right. All right, I'm not going to pretend like these miters are going to be perfect, because that is not the ideal way to do it. But that is not bad. That is not too bad. This corner is a little rough, but that's not going to be there when I'm done. So yeah, all right. And I was able to get a little. Whoa! Try that again. I was able to waterfall the grain on the 3 visible sides there. All right, okay, now I need some slots. And I realize I've already screwed up. I've screwed up in 2 ways, actually. For the face and the back, I'm gonna be using 16th-inch aluminum, and I'm gonna have slots in this. That's what those are gonna go in. First, I should have run the slots on this stock before I cut these pieces out. Second, I realized the only 16th-inch bit I have has an 1/8-inch shank, which means I can't just quickly run these across my router table because I don't have a collet that'll fit that. So I've got to run them on the robot, which means fixing them down with the tape and glue method and aligning them perfectly to this. And yeah. And I nearly forgot, one of these has to come off. So this one does not get glued. And some time ago, I got this bag of extra big rubber bands off Amazon. I always link to my tools down in the video description. I keep these around because they are great for stuff like this. And I think I'll add some tape for good measure. Perfect. That feels a lot stronger than I imagined. I was thinking about putting some splines in here, but I really don't think it needs it. All right. By the way, I got one of those robocall voicemails yesterday. You get them. It's always something like, you know, this is Speculum Internet, and we're going to remove the 40% discount from your account unless you call us back at this number right away. Of course, I don't even have Speculum Internet. They're just trying to scam you into calling them back and giving them more of your personal information. The annoying thing is, there's more companies than you realize out there who already have a ton of your information. They're called data brokers. How'd you like that move for the graphic, by the way? They mine your data, like phone numbers, past addresses, information about your relatives, court records, and then they sell that data to other companies. That's probably how Speculum got up all in your business to begin with. But Delete Me, who has graciously sponsored this video, can help. When I signed up, I just filled out a short form, and a few days later, I received a complete personalized report of data brokers that had my info. 10 pages worth. Then, Delete Me automatically submitted the opt-out request to remove my data from their sites, and they continue to monitor for future occurrences. Keep your personal information out of the hands of spammers and scammers. Go to joindeleteme.com/Wesley20 and use code Wesley20 for 20% off all Delete Me international plans. That's joindeleteme.com/Wesley20 with code Wesley20. That should do it. Dug up this old can of Hammertone paint. I'm going to try adding a little texture to the face. Yeah, I like it. Okay, now just have to wire it up. By the way, I very nearly made a separate fixture just to hold these panels while I wired things together. Then realized I could just use the lid. Although, is it a lid? A lid goes on top, right? What if it's on the bottom? What do you call a bottom lid? So basically, power is going to come in. It's going to be interrupted by a switch, which turns on a light and a socket. And that's about as detailed as I'm going to get when it comes to wiring this up, because discussing wiring mains voltage on YouTube is comment section suicide. But suffice it to say, I measured the current draw of everything that's going to go through here and made sure that all my components could handle that current. This one is sticking out farther than the other one, and it's going to drive me nuts. It's probably like a 1/16 of an inch, but oh, terrific. I prefer using spade lugs wherever possible instead of trying to wrap wire around these screws. Now, these jewels are actually made to screw into a whole assembly. It's a whole socket thing, but I couldn't get those in time, so I didn't order the whole assembly. And it doesn't appear to be a standard thread. So I went to the hardware store and got myself these clips, C-clips. Retaining rings. Oh, yeah. Actually, that works better than I thought it would. And I've ordered these LEDs. These are 110 volt, so I can wire them directly in. Problem is, they're not very bright. They are decidedly unbright. I ordered 2 different versions and they both suck. So I think what I'm going to end up doing is, once I'm done with the video, I'm just going to order the proper assembly with the socket and everything and replace these. But I've got to use these in the meantime. So what I've done, I was going to hot glue them in there, but I'm going to return this stuff. So I've added an O-ring to more or less center it up in the jewel, and a 1/4 inch washer behind that to keep it from slipping all the way in. And oh, that works better than I thought. I mean, it's not perfect, but it'll work for now. I love when a hack like that works. Okay, wire the rest of this up, and I will stick these in last. Whoa, where'd this screw go? Oh, how did that happen? I became Doug Henning. Ground, 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 hot, hot, neutral, neutral. Now, these things are called strain reliefs. They clamp onto a cord and then pop into a hole. That way, when you tug on a cord, it doesn't pull on any of the connections. Just like that. And I know I should test it before I seal it up, but sometimes you just got to live on the edge. So, just like that. Just like that. And now we test it. Oh, we should add some little feet. Feet, let's see, bumpers. Bumpers and feet. Let's see what I've got. Oh, these are good. These are screw-on, so you know what? I'll do that later. I'll post the feet pics over on Patreon. Now, oh my God. Now, to facilitate testing my new control panel, I have assembled items from around the shop of previous projects depicting natural disasters. The left switch will activate an Oklahoma twister, and the right, Godzilla.